Hello everyone, welcome back to latest update series of Drishti IAS. This is Divya Kamatra and today we meet to discuss a very important directive given by Supreme Court recently. That is based on one emergency number. Okay, we'll talk about this, what this is, why Supreme Court gave this direction and what does this entail. Okay, so we'll discuss all of that. First of all, let's understand what has happened recently. So recently, Supreme Court on the basis of Save Life Foundation's petition. Okay, the Save Life Foundation filed a petition and they said that what is happening is, see, if ever anybody is in emergency, India has so many emergency numbers that while you are in crisis, do you think the person might be in the situation to think, try to remember and then dial the emergency number? Then also make sure that somebody answers on the other end and then you get the help, you convey your problem. Isn't that a very long process? Right? And to remember all those numbers and that too in a time of crisis, it is very difficult. And that is somehow preventing Indians to actually take the help of helpline numbers. So they don't call the helpline numbers, they call their relatives. Now the relatives are not going to come with ambulance and doctor, right? Yeah, so because of that, lives are getting threatened. Most of the emergency services are not provided to maximum of the population. So under this petition, they said that to save more lives, to make sure that everybody has access to these emergency services, what we need to do is we need to have one emergency number. That one emergency number will connect you to different branches, and through that different branch, through just one call, what you will be able to do, take all kinds of services. Right? That way, you won't have to remember all of them, and anybody can dial that number. It is easy to remember and easy to access. Right? Our system should work fast, and that system should connect you to different branches, all kinds of emergency services. This was their petition. Supreme Court agreed, and Supreme Court gave this directive to all states and union territories. And mind it, this is a mandatory directive. This is not an optional directive. This is a mandatory directive given by Supreme Court to all the states and UTs to follow this and create one emergency number and align all their systems. Like nation will have one emergency number and everybody is supposed to align all their systems with that one emergency number and quickly give that technological upgrade to their system. On priority basis, Supreme Court wants the states and UTs to work on this. This has happened. Because of that, this is in news. And now, what kind of options they have given? Let's see that. Right? They link that Article 21 because we have the right to trauma care also. That is an integral part of Article 21. So we should be giving that. Then they highlighted the golden hour principle. What is the golden hour principle? They said that swiftness is literally like medicine. The faster you act, the more chances you have of saving the person. Let's say somebody has met with an accident on a highway and they're waiting for you. If you don't act swift, the person might die. But if you reach very soon, quickly get them to the hospital, you can save that life, right? So swiftness is like a medicine. That is what they're saying, the golden hour rule, that swiftness is like medicine, and critical care in the first hour, wherever traumatic injury has happened, that is the golden hour. If proper medication is given at that time, proper care is given at that time, rest of the recovery becomes very easy, very simple, with less complication and higher chance of survival, right? So that's why that golden hour rule, that within 1 hour when the patient is attended, if they are given right treatment, right guidance, right handling towards their trauma, towards their injury, the impact is much lowered. Impact is much lowered, right? So we need to access to that. How do we do that? They said that what you're doing, nodal ministry is Ministry of Home Affairs for this. Let me tell you that. Emergency response support system, we have that. The global standard is that India's version of international emergency numbers like 911 in USA or 112 in European Union, we have that. In India, unified mandate is that link all the emergency lines to 112. What will be India's national number, national emergency number 112. One single number and you get access to all the emergency services. Okay, how will that happen? Right now we have 100 for police, right? 100 for police, 101 for fire, 102 or 108 for ambulance, right? 1033 for national highways, 1091 for women helpline. What will happen is, instead of 100, you dial what? 112, single command and control center, right? 101, computer aided dispatch. You just say that fire and they will connect you to the department. 102, 108, ambulance, 112, real-time GPS tracking. This is additional system, real-time GPS tracking. 1033, national highway, you dial 112 with coordinated highway response. Same goes for women helpline number, panic button integration, like you just hit the panic button and your location will be shared and somebody will reach to you very, very soon, right? This is the integration we want. Now, Supreme Court has given quite a detailed guideline on this, right? Quite a detailed guideline on this. Along with that, they've also added multiple other features. Like, Supreme Court is saying that you need to follow AIS 125. What is AIS 125? All India Standard of 125. Okay. All India Standard, Automotive Industry Standard. There is an All India AIS standard. And this All India AIS standard, wait, AI is not All India. What I'm saying is All India AIS. Okay. This is Automotive Industry Standard. Okay. What they have to do is that India's National Code 125, under India's National Code, you will have all the services. If ambulance doesn't have oxygen mask, why would you bring ambulance? Right? If it doesn't, just let's suppose it doesn't have oxygen mask, do you think that ambulance is good enough? No, right? So these are the standards according to which they have to align themselves. So they have to make sure that they are maintaining these standards. First of all, everybody should have good equipment, mapping, functional requirements, all kinds of construction. Then there should be mandatory GPS integration. Every ambulance should have VLTS, Vehicle Location Tracking System, directly into 112 digital command. So there you can call and check where are they, real-time dispatch updates you can get from that. Third thing they said was Good Samaritan protection. If we are to combat reactive paralysis, like bystanders are refusing to help due to like legal hassles, like there has been an accident and everybody's like, oh, don't get involved, you will be caught in the case, you will get a punishment or what. There's a fear of getting involved in the cases, so people just stand behind and don't act, right? So court has ordered that states should establish robust grievance redressal mechanism, because this has to safeguard citizens who assist victims. Anybody who assists victims, they should not get caught up in the fire. They should not get caught up in the cases. They should not be called upon every day in the police station like, oh, give your statement, give your statement, give your statement. Then you call them to court. No, don't harass them, right? If they have supported somebody, it is out of their kindness. Let them be. Let them be. If you need something from them, you go to their home, you go once, you take all the details, that's it. Stop troubling them, right? That's why we need Good Samaritan protection, right? This also Supreme Court has aligned. Another important thing that this directive has done is we've linked all this with PM Rahat scheme. We've linked all this with PM Rahat scheme, which is a cashless treatment for road accidents. You remember that? PM Rahat, cashless treatment for road accident during the golden hour, right? The 112 connection, they will give emergency operators, location with good quality services. Okay. Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. And while they are trying to inculcate and collaborate with this, you just remember that when we have single, code or single emergency number like other nations, this will help. But then again, this will have to see how it functions, because there is a challenge as well, a very small challenge. The challenge is that the cross-functioning of the structure. Do you think people would be able to understand that? Where to connect, how to connect, choose your language. Will we have an IVR? Like, in which language would they respond? If we have an IVR, in which language would it respond? If we need to choose the language, that means the IVR will run so long. Like, if you want to talk in Hindi, press 1, English, press 2, multiple languages, right? How will it function? And if it is taking so much of time, Wouldn't it rather be better that the person Googles the emergency number he needs and calls that right away? So how this will work is challenging. We will have to see how they implement this. Only then we will be able to see whether they have come up with the solution of this or not. Right? Right now, no solution of this has been provided. As such, no provision is there for this. But this is a challenge. Like if you want to connect to different services, they will have to tell you for fire, press 1, for accident, press 2, for women services, women protection services, press 3, right? They will have to do that. So if the IVR keeps running for a long time, wouldn't that also cause delay? And while we are saying that we need to act swift, right? So this is a bit complicated yet. We will have to see how they come up with the implementation of this, execution of this, and that will tell us what will happen. Okay? Yeah. All right. This brings us to a small reminder. A reminder that today is 30th May and today is the last day of this sale, where you're getting up to 50% off on all the live courses including UPSC, PCS, right? All these courses. And along with that, you're getting IAS GS Foundation course at flat 50% off. Flat 50% off with all the features: prelims, mains, notes, classes, test series, magazines, current affairs classes, all these for 3 years as well. Might I add, all these for 3 years, right? Yeah. And along with that, we also have up to 50% off on our optional and main subjects as well, right? Mains preparation and optional subjects also are at up to 50% off. All of these offers are only available till 30th of May, which is today. So if you want to join this, please act fast. You can call us on 87501 87501. Okay? All right. Now let's solve a question based on what we have read so far. Yes, we have a question based on what we have read so far. Just look at the question. Yes. Read the question. Just pause the video and read the question. You have to give us the answer. You give us the answer in the comment section, okay? Tomorrow we will reveal the answer. Tomorrow we will reveal the answer in the next video. We will reveal the answer of this question, okay? Yeah. Until then, keep studying. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe. And do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.